to the vlog. I hope you've had a wonderful week. It is scorching here. So obviously if you're in the UK you won't have failed to notice the boiling hot temperatures, and if you're not, you probably won't have failed to notice all of us that are in the UK have been moaning about it. Well, I say moaning, I'm just looking to make sure it didn't look like I had a lily coming out of the side of my head. It is really hot. I have never in my life known it to be this hot for this long. We haven't had rain for over 2 months, which is unheard of in my lifetime. So if you don't live in the UK, and you probably do think we are all moaning, it's because we're just not used to it. I tan really easily, I like the sun, I don't burn too much as long as I'm sensible, and yeah, I am too hot. I can't lie. So I am going to whiz through this video. I am going to be chatting to you about what I've sewn over the last, I would say month, but it's actually probably 2 months since I last did one of these, so I'm sorry guys. And yeah, it is really hot and I don't want to get too hot and sweaty in my lovely clean and ironed clothes that I'm going to be showing you today. So first thing I wanted to say is if you haven't already subscribed, I'd be really grateful if you could. The button down below, or you can hit the subscribe button up here, really helps me and I would really appreciate it. So onwards, I think I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 things to show you, so I'm going to speak quite quickly, but I'm filming at home because it's just too hectic in the shop. Normally I would film in the morning before everyone gets in, but it's been a really hectic week, and also there are Alice and Sandra are both in the shop, plus we've got a class today and we've got classes tomorrow, so it's just easier to film here, which I haven't done for ages. I don't think I got a chance to mention it in the last vlog because I was filming about something else, but I just wanted to say thank you so much to all of you who left me lovely comments and sent me really kind messages about the vlog that I did about our first year, or my first year in business. It was a really nerve-wracking vlog, and the feedback was really wonderful. I know it was really long, so don't worry if you didn't listen to it. It was more kind of podcast style, I suppose, with me chatting about what the first year in business was like, but it was, as I say, it made me feel quite vulnerable, and I really appreciate all the really nice comments that I got, so thank you. If you haven't watched it, subscribe to our channel and you can see all of the past videos as well anyway. Right, so what I'm wearing today is possibly one of my favourite dresses of all time. So this is you'll probably recognise it, it's the Tilly and the Buttons Joni Dress. It's from the Tilly and the Buttons stretch book. I have already made a version in a cotton jersey, which I think was on a vlog a few months ago when the book first came out. Yes, it was. I did a whole book about a whole vlog about the book and fabric recommendations, etc., and it was in that one. This is from a Viscose jersey. It's from our Jessica Rose, and I can't stand too far back today, I'm afraid. I will pop a otherwise it's just going to be me twirling around. I will pop a picture in now of me wearing the dress at a wedding that we went to recently. This is our Jessica Rose Viscose jersey. It's really soft, and I think for the Joni it does work in a cotton jersey. As I said, I've made it before, but I think it works even better in a Viscose jersey because you've got that drape, and it's really nice for the tie across the bust, and the skirt that you've got, which is almost a circle skirt. Yeah, I think it works even better in a jersey with a little bit of drape to it. So yeah, I love this. I've worn this to death. I wore it to a wedding, I wore it for the Big Summer Stitch Up, which was obviously a really important event to me, and I wore it at one of the shows that we did. In fact, I sewed this up really quickly at about midnight the night before one of the shows because I really wanted a new dress to wear, and I really love this fabric, and it is a dream to work with. It's really, really easy. The pattern is quite simple. The only bit that's tricky is the neckline, but actually you just need to make sure that you get your neck binding, and you remember you're not putting a neck band on because you're going to turn it in to the inside and then top stitch it down, and so you make sure that your ends are tucked right in at the centre notch, and then you won't have a problem with it popping out. So yeah, absolutely love this one. I am going to make another one of these because I love it so much, and we've just restocked this fabric, so it went out of stock a couple of weeks ago, and I know a lot of you were disappointed, but we've managed to get another bolt in, but this will be the last one. So as always, I will link all the fabrics down below. Right, I'm going to go and get changed into my next make. I'm back. I'm going to start by standing up because this is a skirt. So this is the Lee Kew Skirt. So I made one a couple of months ago, put it in my makes video. I think I put it in my makes video. If not, I'm going to pop a picture in here of the other version that I made in a cotton lawn. And when this Seersucker cotton came in, so it's black and white Seersucker, absolutely love it. It is so cool. Sorry, I know you can't see my head at the moment, but it's more important for you to see the skirt. I'll sit down. I wouldn't normally wear a vest with this, but the t-shirt that I normally wear is in the shop, and actually, as you can see, it's so hot. Did I mention that it's hot? But yeah, this skirt is really, really cool. I've worn it a few times. The only thing that I changed is that I took the the darts out and gathered it, because once I put the darts in, I decided that with this fabric, I thought it would look better with a little light gather. So actually, if I'd thought about it, I would have made the pieces a little bit wider and given myself more to gather, so I actually only had a couple of centimetres, but I do like that. The other thing you can see, I've made the skirt and it's a little bit too big. Oh, hello Jalila. It's a little bit too big, which is surprising. I can't I can't remember if the last one I made was too big, but either that or my waist has shrunk slightly. I've probably like dehydrated myself. So I need to make it smaller, but in the interim I've just put the button over a bit further at the top to keep it up, which isn't the best look, but normally I wear it so that it's kind of tucked over the top so you don't notice it. But yeah, I do really love the Kew pattern, and I am going to make a Kew dress as soon as I can. It's just really well drafted, it fits really nicely. Both the skirts I love. This one I levelled the hem out on as well, so it's not a high-low hem like the other one. But other than that and the gathers, I didn't make any changes. So hopefully soon I will get around to taking it in at the sides so that I can move the button across so that it looks much better than it does now. But yeah, fabric is fab, and we've still got a little bit of this left in stock. So again, I will link it down below. Right, I'm going to go and get changed into my next outfit. I can actually feel the sweaty sheen building on my face, so sorry if you can see that, guys. I've actually been super lazy as well because this is a top and I'm still wearing the skirt, so it doesn't match at all. But the thought of pulling skinny jeans over my legs right now, meh. Someone asked me on Instagram the other day, do we not have aircon in the UK? Because obviously it's really common in like the States and Australia. No, we don't. Homes don't tend to have it at all. I don't know anyone that has aircon. Maybe if you have a very, very big mansion and you're super rich, but I think even then you probably don't. And also some big office buildings and sort of shopping centres do, but you know, our shop doesn't, and most other small shops and places like that don't either. So yeah, we're just not built for this heat. Well, I'm definitely not anyway. Right, but that being said, this is one of my favourite things to wear, the top. So I've been wearing it with shorts recently, but I made this really, really quickly. It is the Grainline Scout Grainline Scout Tee, and I made it because I was going out for dinner with some lovely women in business, the Women in Business Supper Club, sorry, and right before I was about to leave, as is my usual style, I decided that I really wanted to wear a new top, and I hadn't sewn anything for ages, and this is actually, this has kicked my sojo back off, and I sewed this probably 6-8 weeks ago, and it was so quick and so simple. It's definitely not perfect. It's the first time I'd made the Scout, and I literally cut around the pattern. I don't even think I put any pattern weights on it while I was cutting around it, so I haven't necessarily done the pattern as much justice as I could have done, but I still love it. So I'll stand up and show you. I told you it doesn't match my skirt. So it's a loose fit woven tee. So it's made from, or made in, this beautiful porcelain princess textured viscose crepe that we've got, or I don't actually know if we've got any of this left when this goes up. Possibly not, so I apologise, but we do have other designs in this, and it is super cool because it's 100% viscose. It is really soft. It's got a beautiful drape to it, and the designs that we do have are all stunning, so it's perfect for anything that needs a little bit of drape. And actually one of my next makes is also from this in a different colourway. So the Scout Tee pattern, I clearly need to size down considerably. I quite like the baggier look, and I did actually add on a few centimetres at the bottom, and I curved it round so that the bottom of the hem isn't flat. And I just did a really narrow double fold hem because I didn't have time to do a rolled hem, but ideally on this a rolled hem would be perfect. The shoulder is down here, so I'm going to pretend that I've made it as a drop shoulder on purpose, but that's not strictly true. It's because I didn't fit it at all. So I have made this since. In fact, I'm going to pop a picture up of a version that I made in a cotton, and I made it into a dress. So I just lengthened the pattern down just for a really simple kind of smock like dress that would be suitable in the heat, and I wore it to Whitstable when it was very hot, which is a lovely seaside town in Kent, and yeah, it was really nice to wear, really easy, really quick to sew. This top, when I make my next version, because I think this is a perfect wardrobe staple, the Scout Tee, I will do a narrow shoulder adjustment. I'll size down, I'll do a narrow shoulder adjustment, and also I will stay stitch my neckline. I have just about got away with it, but because I was sewing at speed and I was in a hurry, I didn't stay stitch the neckline, and because this is a viscose, it had stretched out ever so slightly, so it was a bit wavy. However, I think I've managed to get away with it, hot steamy iron, but it would be better if I had properly stay stitched it, and as I say, brought the shoulders in a little bit, and I'll probably bring it in a little bit here as well. So yeah, size down and narrow shoulder adjustment, but at the moment I love how loose and flowing it is. It is really cool and really lovely. So that's that one. Really like the pattern, and as I say, we'll definitely be adding some more of those to my wardrobe. I'm going to show you my next one, and the reason I'm laughing is because it's got full sleeves, and I think I might stick to myself, let alone the dress, while I'm trying to put it on, but bear with me, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back, and I'm going to do this one really quickly because it is, although it's a really lightweight denim, so it's our 4 ounce soft wash denim, so just a little bit heavier than chambray. You can see it's really light and it moves really nicely. I didn't tell you, it's the Tilly and the Buttons Rosa dress, in case I didn't mention that already. The Rosa shirt dress. I've made this, I think this is my 3rd or my 4th one, so I won't go into too much detail because you've seen them all before. It's got loads of top stitching, which I love. It's one of my favourite things to do is top stitch. I know I must be very strange. And these pearl snaps. I love snaps. I use the Prym Vario pliers. We sell them in the shop and they make using snaps so much easier. I've got a denim Rosa already that I made, I think it was last winter or the winter before, but it was from a much heavier stretch denim, and it's basically only wearable when it is snowing, because it's full length with the cuffs as well. Yeah, very, very warm. So I wanted to make a lightweight one that I could wear in the spring slash summer slash autumn, and I'm really, really happy with this one. The only thing I would change is very silly of me, I snipped in too much into the point of the collar stand, so it's fraying a little bit, so I need to just unpick that or hand stitch it up, or unpick it and re-sew the seam allowance. But yeah, I love it. I love the shape of the Rosa. I think it's really flattering. It comes in really nicely at the waist, flares out the length. I'm not sure you can see, but it hits me just on my knee, which for me is the perfect length. And yeah, I love it. I'm going to go and take it off though, because I don't know if I mentioned it's a bit hot, and then I'm going to go and get changed into my final make, which is another dress and possibly my favourite, although I think I've said that about a couple of them, so who knows. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. So this is, I love it, even when I see it on the screen, I just really love it. It's such a pretty dress, such beautiful fabric. This is the Sew Over It Doris dress, and it's made from our Elderflower Breeze viscose crepe, or textured viscose crepe, in scarlet. So we had it in navy as well, but that has sold out. The scarlet has also sold out at the time that I'm filming, but we are waiting for some more to come in, hopefully in the next 2 weeks. So it will be back in stock, so if you like it, just keep your eyes peeled on our new arrival section of the website, because as soon as we get more in, I will be putting it back up. But yeah, I love the Doris dress. This is the first time I've made it. I'm just going to move the camera back actually. Okay, so you can see it a little bit more. It's got this kind of scooped neckline, grown on sleeves. It has got a button placket, but it is a faux button placket. I tried to do it 2, 2 and 2, because I thought that would look nice, but I'm not sure if it actually looks a little bit strange on. I might move those buttons around. These buttons are really lovely, and they're from the Textile Garden. I'll link them down below. She does amazing buttons. So yeah, I love it. It is so swishy. It's got this tie at the back, which means that fitting is really easy because you can pull it in or let it out as much as you like. I haven't got the tie done up tightly at all at the moment, but I could tighten it up more if I wanted to. It's got this beautiful swishy skirt, which is perfect for viscoses and fabrics with some drape, and it is almost well, it is a full circle skirt. In fact, I think it's bigger than a full circle skirt. It's got 1, 2, 3, I think it's got 6 panels, and I have, show you inside my skirt, I have bias bound the hem, and I've French seamed all of the seams, which makes it feel even more special. So yeah, I'm going to sit down and talk to you. So as I say, I bias bound the hem. Ta-da! Now, normally I would hand sew the hem on a special dress, but this was a very, very long hem. In fact, I used a packet which was 3.5 meters of bias binding, and it wasn't enough, so I've had to add in a little bit extra, and I only had black, I think. Obviously there is black in this dress, but it's not ideal, so once I've got some red, I will, I think it was probably about 30 centimetres or so that I had to add in. So yeah, nearly 4 meters of hem on here. Oh, thunder! That is very exciting. I don't know if you heard that. As I say, we haven't had rain for 2 months, so I think we might be about to get some. Yeah, the only alterations I made to the pattern, I made it pretty much out of the packet, but I didn't put the side zip in. So the side seam is just French seamed. I did put the invisible zip in to start with, and the dress was big enough for me not to need it, so I just thought it's a waste of time. So I unpicked it, French seam the side because it's much easier to French seam without a zip in, and then you can use the tie belt to obviously adjust it if you want it to be tighter. But I love it. I really wanted to wear it to a wedding that we went to a few weeks ago, but I hadn't had it ready in time, so instead I wore the Joni dress that I showed you earlier. But I'm hoping that there will be a lovely special occasion that I can wear this to quite soon, and I'm lucky enough that I can wear my special dresses in the shop anyway. So yeah, I love this one. Massive thumbs up from me. I'm definitely going to make more Dorises, and I'm definitely going to be using more of this viscose crepe that we've got in because it is just beautiful. Anyway, I can feel the nape of my neck boiling, so I am going to leave you to it. Oh, actually no, I'm not. I'm not going to leave you to it, sorry to disappoint you. I'm quickly going to show you a couple of things. So I have got really into screen printing. We run a screen printing class at the studio, and Steph, who teaches it, kindly let me have a go, and I screen printed a cushion. So it says "Be kind." And I love it. And then at the Big Summer Stitch Up we had some screen printing exclusive designs. So we had this logo, which I love. It's obviously the Big Summer Stitch Up logo, and that's what I chose to do. And we also had Material Girl and Sewing is My Superpower, and there was a choice of choice of totes and choice of inks, and yeah, really love that. If you haven't tried screen printing, either come and do a class with us if you can get to us, or go somewhere else and do it because it is so much fun. Really love it. And then the other thing I just wanted to tell you about really quickly is I'm talking really quickly now as well because I need to go get my washing in, is the Happy Newspaper. So this is obviously nothing to do with fabric or sewing at all, but one of the things I'm really passionate about is supporting small independent businesses, and I'm also really passionate about trying to have a positive mindset and you know, focus on the good in the world. And I came across the Happy Newspaper, which is by a wonderful lady called Emily Coxhead. She designs the whole thing herself. It is 30 pages, comes out every quarter, and it's got brilliant like illustrations that are all done by her, and it is just full of happy news stories. So just happy, positive news stories. It's got things like a man who has done so many, it's a man in Australia nicknamed the man with the golden arm, whose blood contains a unique disease-fighting antibodies, has donated blood for over 60 years, saving the lives of millions of babies. It talks about a 7-year-old who has hiked Kilimanjaro in memory of his dad, and yeah, it's just got loads and loads of really, really lovely positive stories in there that really make you smile. So although it doesn't have anything to do with fabric and sewing, it is something I'm really passionate about, and I really love it. It is the perfect thing to sit and read on a Saturday morning, pass around to your friends, give as gifts, cheer people up, and we've got them in the shop and they're only £3.50. So yeah, really, really love them. You can buy them online or you can buy them in the shop. So on that note, I am going to go. I hope you all have a really, really happy week. I hope that whatever you're doing is wonderful, and I'm going to go and get my washing in. If you haven't subscribed already, please do hit the subscribe button. Really, really appreciate it, and it means a lot to me. Also, please do leave me any comments down below, and if you've liked the video, give us a thumbs up. Right, I'm off. See you later, guys. Bye!